Good day, grade 10 biology students. Today we're learning about our new unit, biology. Specifically, we're going to learn about living systems, and we're going to start with the simplest living thing. What is it? Well, it's a cell. And all living things. And all living things require energy. They grow, they reproduce, they respond to their environment, they have a lifespan, they produce waste, and they're made up of one or more cells. Cell theory. Well, cell theory is the idea that all living things are made up of one or more cells. Cells are the simplest unit that can carry life out life processes. And cells, they come from pre-existing cells. Let's look at a cell closer. All living things are made of cells. Cells share in common certain things. For example, they all contain something known as a cell membrane, which controls what enters and leaves the cell, sort of like the guard of that cell. There's a jelly-like substance that fills it known as cytoplasm, and there is DNA inside each cell. It controls the information of how to make cells themselves. There is two types of cells. More complicated cells known as eukaryotic cells, which contain organelles. Each organelle does something different. The nucleus holds the DNA in a special spot. Eukaryotic cells make up you and me. Both plants and animals are made up of eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells are simple cells, and prokaryotic cells actually make up the majority of the cells in the world. And the majority of the cells are actually very, very simple. They just have genetic material, no nucleus, just a simple cellular membrane. They're known as unicellular cells, not multicellular. Eukaryotic cells are multicellular, and bacteria are unicellular. So let's talk about organelles, which make up eukaryotic cells. Each one has a different structure and function. I'm going to show you an animation of some, but I'm also going to have you write down some certain things that you need to know. Organelles bring in nutrients, they remove waste, they generate and release energy for the cell to use, they make substances the cell needs, and they help in reproducing. Some organelles are common to plants and animals, and some are only specific to plants. So let's take a look at a typical animal. So animal cells have the exact same organelles as a plant cell, except a plant cell has two unique ones. So let's run through them quickly. Cytoplasm. They both have cell membranes. They both have a nucleus. They both have mitochondria. They both have something called the endoplasmic reticulum. They both have ribosomes. They both have Golgi bodies. They both have vesicles. They both have vacuoles. And they both have cytoskeletons. A plant cell has a cell wall and has chloroplasts. Let's go over each one generally, and at least go over the ones that you really need to know. In the nucleus, there's a small, dense area called a nucleolus. And that's the nucleus. The nucleus contains nearly all of the cell's DNA, which stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. And there we code for all our proteins and other molecules that make us us. So you're made of protein, and all that protein originally came from DNA. Now, we also have something known as vacuoles or vesicles. And they have a membrane around them, and they store nutrients, waste, and other things that need to be transferred around the cell. Vesicles transport substances wherever they need to go. Golgi apparatus. They receive proteins from the endoplasmic reticulum, and there they're sorted and packaged and carried out to different parts of the cell or even outside of the cell. And they look like a stack of flattened membranes, and you can see it right here. Mitochondria. This is really important. Mitochondria give you your power. Reactions occur in these organelles to convert the chemical energy from sugar into energy that we can use, and it's part of cellular respiration, which is the energy chemical reaction that happens inside of our bodies. The endoplasmic reticulum is made up of a series of interconnected small tubes and carry materials throughout the cells. You can think of these as the highways of the cell. There's rough endoplasmic reticulum, which have ribosomes on them, and ribosomes are small, dense organelles that their job is to make proteins, and it's where the proteins are assembled. So you have two types of endoplasmic reticulum. You have a smooth. It's associated with making the fats and oils in our bodies. They don't have ribosomes, and that's it. So those are the types of organelles that we're going to talk about today. I ran through them quickly. We're going to talk about them more in a few activities in our class. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed it.